Okay, here is a quick review of the Rad Runner Plus, of my own personal review, which doesn't really mean much because there's tons of better reviews out there than mine. It comes with disc brakes. Okay, I'm just to you the basics. Just like the Rad Runner, there's a Rad Runner that's about $13.99. This one's about $1,700. And this one is a deluxe, and it has a front suspension fork, a different geometry. So you have suspension in the front. The different geometry is for the front suspension fork, so it works better. It has a deluxe headlight, which is about as bright as a motorcycle headlight, maybe brighter than some. It has 3.3-inch fat tires that are 20-inch on 20-inch rims. They're actually 22 inches in diameter. It has disc brakes, but they're not. They're just mechanical disc brakes, 180 millimeter. They do really good. It doesn't have hydraulic disc brakes, which would be more maintenance and more expense, obviously. It has a rear seat, but it's been removed. I have a crate on the back of this to be able to do shopping tasks. It comes with the foot pegs for the rear seat if you want to take somebody up to 110 pounds on the back, like your kids or whatever. These are options for the regular Rad Runner, but the Plus has that in the rear seat, which I removed because I'm not using it for hauling kids around. It has a seat which is really horrible. This is a Schwinn seat on a suspension seat post that I put on it. This is one of the options I got. I got like an option that's a front rack, but I didn't put it on. I haven't installed it because to do that I have to remove this light. I really like this headlight a lot, so I haven't decided to remove it and put the other headlight on the rack. This headlight turns with the wheel, but the front one, if we mounted the front rack on, the headlight would be fixed just looking ahead only one direction, which is a little bit limiting. So, and it has an aluminum frame, and it's got a 7-speed gears. This is 7-speed gears, which is the regular Rad Runner doesn't have 7-speed gear. It only has one gear. A lot of noise around here. So I really like having multiple gears because the bike isn't running away from you. You can kind of keep up with it up to about 20 miles an hour, even faster. But it's kind of a high cadence when you're going at 7th gear because it's really set up for 20, up to 20, and you can unlock it and you'll get up to 25 miles an hour. In theory, you might be able to go faster than 25 by doing the unlock and changing the tire definition from 22 to 20. It does change the default pedal assist modes because the speedometer is going 10% less than it would normally. So when it says it's going 15 miles an hour, it's actually going 1.5 miles an hour faster, 16 and a half instead of 15 when you do the unlock. If you change the tire size, which people say don't do that, but I did it and I enjoy that. It actually gives me a little bit deeper pedal assist for like the say PAS3, which is pedal assist 3 would be 350 watts, up to 350 watts. The different pedal assists are 130 watts roughly max, 100 and 250 maybe, 230 maybe for pedal assist 2, 350 for pedal assist 3, which is really what I use most of the time, and pedal assist 4 will give you up to 500 watts, and pedal assist 5 will give you up to 750 watts. Pedal assist 4 and 5 I only use when I'm trying to go really high speed or upgrades against wind. Usually 3 is all I need, and I'm usually getting up to maybe 17.5 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour with pedaling. It also has a throttle, which I never hardly ever use. I do use it once in a while. You can use it, but you get further if you put some power into it too. It is about a 45-mile plus range. In theory, I've gotten about 40 miles out the way I run it. About 40 miles out before I went into like a limping mode where it would like try to save energy and it was giving me hardly any assist at all. So that's the Rad Runner Plus. It also has a tail light, as the Rad Runner does, which works as a brake light also. And so that's it. And it's got the 750 watt Fang hub motor in the back, which has really good torque with the smaller wheels diameter. It's pretty good. Now I was wondering how would this work on potholes and stuff. I don't look for potholes in Michigan. We try to avoid them. And how would this work? Well, it's got fat tires, which is nice. The only wild thing about these is they're 3.3-inch wide, which is non-standard. It's only standard for this bike, so it might be harder to get inner tubes for this. Rad is a big company, been around for a long time. Well, I should say they're a long-lasting company. They've been in the business for 16 years, so hopefully they won't have an issue, and the tires will always be made. But they're kind of hard to find, but some other tires are hard to find. I have extras on here, which are not really a big, I just have a GoPro mounted on here for recording. I have this little $10 light that I bought for a Schwinn. It works really good as a disco light for lighting up your bike in your local area so they can see you. But it has a big head. With the lights, you don't have much of an issue. It also has tires that have a strip that glow when they're hit by headlights. So it's kind of it's like instead of having reflectors, the tires are glowing, the white balls glow. So that's about the basics of it. It's also a step-through design. It doesn't come with this. I bought this as an extra thing, which is, this is $100 extra, which is, it looks like a gas tank, but it's really just a holder for your phone, for a drink. It'll hold like a bottle of water. It's not a huge drink holder, but it's pretty good for small, like a standard bottle of water. And it'll hold up to 7 liters of stuff inside, which is pretty cool. It'll hold a 12-pack of pop inside. If you take the pop out of, I'll take this off. I've got straps, and I'll show you right now. I have just a spare water in here, and I have this for if I want to have a cooler for some cold stuff to bring it back. I put some foam in the bottom because it's shaped to the, it's shaped, and there's some mounting bolts that are on it for that mount. And the bolt, I didn't have the bolt in all the way, but the screw and the bolt or whatever was not in all the way. I should say mounting screws. And the screw, because it's like this, I had the pop sideways, and the weight of all the pop, one of the pops was on top of the bolt, and the jarring caused it to break open. It has holes in it too to bleed out any liquid, so the liquid leaked out from a Pepsi that I lost bringing it back. But now that I have foam on it, and I put the Pepsis this way, so you're not rusting on that center area that's kind of set up for the brace, then I don't have a problem with pressure in you know, like a weak spot where you have all the weight on top pushing on a can and causing it to possibly break open. So this is cool for bringing home things. Bringing home things that are low. It's a low center of balance. Of course, I'd like the step through to be able to lift my leg and get through, but I've gotten rid of that for the center console storage. So what I like about this is it's a utility bike, a lot of storage capability. You can put a rack on the front, you can put a rack on the back, you can get a big rack, like a big cage thing that will hold bigger items like a pizza box, like an insulated 3 or 6 pizza box insulated delivery thing. Domino's uses these to deliver pizzas in New York. So, you know, so it's pretty cool. I have nothing really bad to say about it. It comes with a bell. It's required in some places, like other countries or whatever. Pretty cool. And I have nothing really bad to say about it. I like it. The range would be, for some people it might be nicer to have a longer range, but the way I run to stores, I go to like maybe a store 5 miles away. My biggest distance that I've gone is like 7 miles away. I went like 7.5 miles or something like that. So I don't really go very far. If I go to a couple stores, I go to one and catch the other one on the way back. But usually I just go to one store and shop, bring back the stuff from one store. So if I'm going to like even a few different stops in a day for just doing some grocery shopping or whatever, you know, I'm never running out of the battery, never run out of power, and I charge it at night. I let it go down to see how many miles I could get on it, and I thought with 40% that I could go like another, I was expecting a very long range because the first 60% of the battery seemed to take me a long distance, and it had taken me maybe like 35 miles or something like that, something like 35 miles, and so I thought, well, the other 40% will take me a lot more. But the gauge is not really accurate. It's kind of the power that you're getting at the end is not the same as the power at the beginning. So instead of getting like another 10 or 15 miles, I only got 6 miles. It went to limp mode. It ran for the last 4 miles, but it was running essentially like a very, very weak. It was only giving me like about up to like 39 watts of energy, which is very low, almost like a walking mode, or even no watts. There was really no watts. And when I stopped it and turned off the light, the light wouldn't come back on because it was like in a limp mode, and it was flashing. The last leg was flashing. So I rode 5 miles out, 1 mile back of a 10-mile trip, round trip with 40% battery, and this was before I had done all the charges too for balancing. So it could have been an early thing, but I think my range is going to be about 40 miles the way I run it, and which is fine for me. Basically, it's almost 3 days worth of riding if I waited to charge. If I wanted to like have it go down almost all the way, which I really don't want to do. So probably every day or two I'll charge. If I just go take a short trip, I might not charge it and take some longer trips the next day. That's the way I plan on using it. They claim 800 cycle charges from the battery lifetime. You know, you should expect at least that. Some people have had them for 4 years. I mean, 800 charges would be easily 4 years, or maybe even 8 years if I charged it once every 3 days and I wasn't riding a lot. I really like to ride it as far as go out and have fun. It's really fun. I'm an old guy, and when I rode 10 miles on a pedal bike, because my truck is gone, being repaired right now. So when I went to, see, there's no truck here right now, it's gone. So I had a pedal bike, and I went like 10 miles, you know, actually after I'd fallen on the bike, and I was riding back, and 10 miles to me as an older guy, because I hadn't been riding a bike in a long time, felt like 30 miles, you know, on a pedal bike, bringing back groceries and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is not going to work very well while I'm waiting, trying not to rent cars and just wait till my vehicle can be repaired. So I decided to go for after seeing all these videos, I decided to go with a electric bike and see how that works as an augmenting to go on trips. It works great. For me, to go 10 miles on this bike is about like going maybe 1 or 2 miles, 5 to 10 times easier on me. I mean, the thing is I am pedaling, but I'm pedaling so much easier, it's not like a real effort. So when I get home, it's not like I got, although you can wear yourself out and make it hard to pedal if you want, or put a lot of effort into it. It doesn't make me, doesn't make it like I'm dreading to go a little further or take another route on the way there. You know, I just go wherever I want to go with this thing because it's so easy to go. And I'm using the pedal most of the time. I use the twist throttle. Actually, I do use it when I want to really get across the street fast for a little extra boost. I use the twist throttle, not necessarily from standing stop, although you can a little bit. I don't try to like drag race off of the twist throttle alone from standing stop, you know, as a rule. But if I'm going a little bit, I'll hit the throttle to give me a little extra oomph if I don't want to pedal as quick. To get across an intersection, basically, to get out of traffic's way, so they're not waiting for you. That's what I do. And I also like to keep going, go. You know, and if you're like on the pedestrian side, I mean, you can go either way on the light because you're on the sidewalk and you decide which way to go on the street. I love that. Just going, and not stopping, trying to avoid stopping long where you have to stop at lights. Because you just get up on the sidewalk, you're not waiting for many lights. Because you're on the sidewalk, you can go in either direction to get to your destination. And just go on the other, you know, keep moving. And if you keep moving, you're putting miles on pretty quickly. Locally, with all the stoplights and stuff with traffic, I used to go to Krogers locally, which is about 1.2 miles away, and it would take me about 5 minutes to drive there by car. I was able to come back from Krogers with this, but with light traffic later at night, and I got back and, you know, just hitting everything correctly with the lights correctly, you know, although hitting the lights correctly would make the car faster possibly. It took me 6 minutes, so it's like a minute slower for a mile trip, which is pretty good, you know, but that's the better, you know, it's probably 8 minutes, maybe a few minutes longer, maybe twice as long as a car to get there and back, but maybe less, and sometimes maybe almost equal or greater. I also went like 4.3 miles. I think it's like 4.3, yeah, I believe it was 4.3 miles. And to take that same route with my car, it was actually a minute slower than it was a minute faster than my truck going to Myers one night. So sometimes you can go faster, usually late at night. I also find late at night when there's not many people on the road, I'm riding on the road, on the highways, you know, when the traffic is pretty clear, trying to avoid cars that could hit me or whatever. And I'll be going out and then going back up on the sidewalk. That's my philosophy. I go on the sidewalk when there's vehicles nearby to stay away from the vehicles, and I go out there when there's not and fly faster with this thing. So it's, you know, pretty amazing. 350 watts is like what an world-class athlete would put into a bike. So this is able to do 750, which is a lot more, so you can really rip pretty good for an e-bike, for something that's unlicensed. And that's my quick comment. So there's my quick survey. I told a friend, you know, I'd show him some more videos. He's like, well, I'm looking forward to your review. This is a really basic review from a guy that just likes to ride a bike. And it's really nice because you can ride, you can make it very big exercise or almost nothing. I can go 20 miles without any pedaling at all, just with the throttle. They say up to about 20 miles. So I believe I can. That's it. I'm going to quit now and go for a ride. Well, let's see if we have rain today or if I can beat the rain. Looks like rain. I guess we'll see. See the rain, possible threatening clouds there. A chance of rain and a chance of losing your chain. And this bike is too high for me to get off of, to reach over. Put it down further and hope the bottles don't bounce out too much. He's going left. I got nervous on that one. I didn't know where he was going and I should have just stopped. It's like the rain is going toward Detroit, maybe. Hopefully it's not coming this way. It could be coming this way. It looks like it could be raining. I could hit the rain. It could be a bad thing. Grease. Don't like that. I don't like that spot. Up and across. Don't have a lot of time though. Don't have a lot of time. I ran out of time. I gotta wait. I gotta wait. I'm gonna go up here, cut across. If I can cut across in that turnaround. That'll be about the best I can do, hope for. Well, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I can cut across here. at the light. I'll cut across like I'm 75. That's the way across, that'll work. Maybe. How much time? No, man, I just use a credit card. I don't have any change. Sorry. I can beat this rain. Here we go. Okay. Let's hope. Gotta beat that rain home. Look at that. Pretty awesome. Gotta be able to beat them. You can't depend on them to stop. You gotta be able to beat them. If you can't beat them, you could lose. Trying to beat the wrath of God.
Easily.
Hello. Hey, hello. Guy's gonna hit me. These people are not looking. Gotta wait for this. Looks like this should be down a bit. Love it. Yeah. Rad Runner. Okay. Now there you go. The guy is so enthused, he stopped and he's gonna block traffic to talk to me about my bike. What can I say? I gave him the thumbs up. It's like I love it, but buddy, you're gonna get rear-ended here. It's pretty funny. Go. I'm going to take this route. Give him the total road. He's like, how do you like it? I love it, man. You better get going, you're going to get hit. There's people behind you. This lady is not going to look. So I'm going to come around her. I don't trust her. Anybody who's gonna turn here? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. That is it. Almost home. Stay out of the water. Hit a little bit of mud, but we are ready to rock home here. And we beat the rain. We beat the rain, and I avoided one bum. Just answered him politely. No, I don't have any change. Sorry, buddy. No change, since I don't carry any change. Since I don't have any change, since I'm using credit only. Cannot help you. Sorry. That's the end of the ride.